watching my channel for any length of time, you know I do readings around the full moon and the new moon. And one of the most often asked questions of me is, how can I harness the power of this moon, okay, that's upcoming? So I want to give you a couple of different ways to look at it and options for you to use to harness that energy for your creative growth, for your spiritual growth, for your mental stability, for for your physical health, for abundance, for anything for love, anything you're looking to create in your life. I want to help you use the energy of the moon, kind of surf with the energy of the moon. So these are 3 ways you can do that. All right, so the first thing I want to say to you is get your bearings about what a new moon represents and a full moon represents. So we're talking about full moon manifesting here, but new moons are about new beginnings. This is about intention, okay? And when you see the energy, when you see the experience of a new moon, or when you're like, hey, there's a new moon in Sagittarius tonight or whatever, you'll be able to understand the energy a little bit better if you really think about like, okay, new moons are about me setting intentions around what? Sagittarius, around expansion, around growth, around exploration, around optimism or anything like that. So that's one way you can really look at new moons that way. You can look at new moons as the energy of intention. Full moons, which is what we're really talking about today, is the energy of culmination, of fruition. So 6 months ago, okay, the new moon in Sagittarius, or the full moon in Sagittarius, or whatever full moon in Virgo, we're looking at that right now. 6 months ago, there was a new moon in Virgo. So whatever your intention was back here at the new moon comes to some kind of fruition over here in the full moon. So if you see these 2 things as connected, then you can create very intentional manifestations around them. So use the new moon energy to set down the intention, and use the full moon energy to gather in. It's sort of like gathering the crops right after you've planted them. If you haven't planted any, well, it's pretty impossible not to have some kind of intention. It's really impossible, actually. But if you're not being conscious, a conscious creator back in the new moon, don't worry about it, because you can also use the energy of the full moon to release anything that you feel has kind of come to a close, come to an end. Okay, it's time for me to move off of doing this. And again, think about what sign the full moon is in. If the full moon is in Sagittarius, maybe you've graduated, maybe you've learned something, and so now you're ready to release that into the world. You're ready to put it into action. Full moon in Virgo is about your health and well-being. It is about your relationship to your daily rituals, your routines, about anchoring yourself in something, being disciplined, okay? And so in the new moon in Virgo, you might have asked for a new job, or you might have asked for a health routine. You might have wanted to lose weight or something like that. So 6 months later, how's it going? Right? The full moon goes, okay, well, this is what went well. This is what I didn't do. This was my, I fell off the intention wagon here about 3 months, into where Christmas is concerned or holidays or whatever. And so I'm going to release this whole idea in this new moon in Virgo that I have to be super rigid about things, that I have to be, super disciplined. What I'm going to impart is any kind of judgment I have of myself, I'm going to release that. All right. I'm going to release any kind of judgment that I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Because remember, you co-create with the universe. You put out that intention, but then you have to take action on it. All right. And the universe goes, okay, if that's the direction you want to go, I'll support that. I'll help you. So in this full moon that we're having coming up, full moon in Virgo, and this can work for any full moon, you pretty much just want to release anything that didn't work for you and put into place something new, okay? So number one, this is kind of encapsulated what I just said, but number one way to sort of embrace the energy of the full moon is to look at what sign it's in, okay? Determine what energy that is. They're earth, water, fire, and air, okay? Earth, Virgo is an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So if we have a full moon or a new moon in an earth sign, you can pretty much bet that it has to do with your money, what you value, your body, your daily routines, your anchoring to the physical world, something physical, okay? It's earth energy. So if you have a full moon or a new moon coming up, you can work the intention around these things to surf that energy. So for example, in the Virgo full moon, 6 months ago, my intention was about getting healthier. My intention was about creating more routine for myself during the day to create a container for success, right? And so now looking at that, okay, this is what worked. This is what didn't work. I'm going to release the things that didn't work, and I'm going to put into place a new routine or a new way of doing things or something like that. I'm going to innovate, okay, a little bit in an earth way. My physical body, my daily routines, my anchoring to the physical world. If it's a water sign, this is the new moon or full moon is in a water sign. Now the intention must be around, or for you to use this energy to the fullest, is around your feelings. So how are you feeling right now? Feelings and emotions. And we all know that feelings and emotions are the foundation of really powerful manifesting. So am I tapping in right now in the earth? The collective energy is very strong, very panicky, very anxiety ridden, lots of depression and things like that. So you want to try to contain yourself and not like cordon yourself off from that, but have a good boundary and shine your light through your feelings, okay? That, you're sharing love with people, you're sharing gratitude with people, you're sharing your joy, your art, your music, something like that. So you're creating this feeling of uplifting. And like the woman who played the violin in Ukraine in her basement, and just the universal, like, wow, how that felt to people. It felt like hope. Okay, so you're going to want to look at higher vibration emotions and feelings, and you might set an intention on a new moon in a water sign. Hey, I'm really going to focus myself on understanding my feelings or being able to identify my feelings, right? And so 6 months later, you're like, all right, I can identify my feelings. Just try it. It's a little more challenging than you might think. You're like, I know how I feel. Do you? Write it down every hour for 24 hours or, a day long, whatever. Write down how you feel. See how that goes. Are you really able to identify your feelings? Because your feelings are your compass to the future. So when you're in a water sign in a new moon or a full moon, think about the feelings as a foundation or as a container, if you will, for manifesting. And when the new moon or full moon is in that energy, it's like heightened. You're able to really tap in and really, sort of be like, oh, I'm in alignment with what the moon is saying to us. I'm in alignment with what this energy is. Okay, so that's water. Air is about your thoughts and ideas. So in new moons and full moons, you can be talking about your thoughts and where is this going. You can be talking or learning about meditation. You can listen to the stories you tell people. Am I bringing myself down or am I bringing myself up? So in the new moon and full moon, you can say, okay, I'm intentionally going to learn to speak my truth. I'm intentionally going to focus on my thoughts and ideas so I can learn to manifest through meditation. I am going to be the master of that, monkey mind thing by not trying to contain it, but by learning to work with it, to flow with it. So that's a good intention to set for an air new moon or an air full moon. You can release any negative thinking that you have. Okay, that's a really good thing to do in a full moon. That's an air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't think I said the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So just so you know, want to try to be consistent here. So that's about air signs. So fire signs are about passion and about inspiration. What inspires you? How are you inspiring to others? How are you holding the torch? How are you lighting a passionate fire under yourself every day for your work? Okay, so fire signs when the full moon or new moon is in a fire sign, you can think about what inspires you, and then you can release things that don't inspire you in a full moon. Okay. So that's one. It's like look at the signs, or look at the energy of the sign. Is it a fire sign? Is it a, air sign? Look at that, and then use that energy to be able to manifest by setting intention in a new moon and releasing anything that didn't work, but coming to fruition, coming to some kind of culmination, embracing that with gratitude. All right. So, number two, I want to say, is a little bit similar to what I said just now about all of the signs and what you're manifesting. This is about a gratitude journal, or keeping a gratitude journal, or gratitude for the outcome of what you manifested. Being able to be grateful for setting intention, being able to be grateful for the release of things that you're finished with, or that no longer serve you. So around whatever kind of ritual you naturally would do, and maybe you do that first kind of ritual that I went through, the second kind of ritual is really just a prayer of gratitude. And I think this is sort of like something that can be applied to any kind of ritual that you have. So setting an intention in the new moon, setting, pulling things out, coming to fruition in the full moon, releasing anything that doesn't serve you, and then having gratitude for all of those things, being able to set intention, being able to release. Say a prayer of gratitude. That is number two. Even if that's all you can do, like you don't have to set up a big altar and do all this kind of stuff. Even if you're just saying a prayer of gratitude for whatever full moon or new moon experience we're having, that can be a powerful ritual too. Number three, I'm going to introduce you to something called a burn. Now, originally, I would start using the burn only for fire sign new moons or full moons, but I want to share with you that I have expanded my burn to include all four elements: fire, water, air, and earth. Okay? And so here's basically the ritual. Number one, you want to get yourself grounded. You want to sit with your feet on the floor, preferably bare feet, a little bit of like touching the earth, or if you can, go outside, touch the earth. So you want to get yourself nice and grounded. For this burn, you're going to need a bowl of moon water. Okay, and what moon water is, so the day before you do the burn on the new moon or the full moon, the day before you do it on the actual day of the new moon and full moon, take a nice bowl, whatever, like beautifully decorated, very plain, whatever you want, and fill it with water, or put some water in it. I don't know, 4 cups of water. It's a recipe, right? 4 cups of water. I recommend changing the bowl each time, depending on the type of moon it is, whether it's an air, fire, earth, or water, full moon or new moon. I recommend using a bowl that's reflective of that. So, a bowl for a fire full moon might be a red bowl, or it might have lots of, fall colors on it. And that to me, that has fire imagery in it. For a water one, it could be a clear bowl. For an earth one, it could be a pot, right? It could be a pottery kind of thing. And for air, I would say clear again, more like an air, looking like air. Okay, so put that in the outside under the moon for a couple of days before we get to the full moon or new moon. Okay, so put it out there for a few days, and this is called moon water. You can also do this on the full moon if you want to use moon water in any kind of ritual that you have. Put the bowl out there for a couple of days, and then you're going to use it in the burn. So you have your bowl of moon water, and you bring it to the table with you. You're going to have matches, fire, a piece of paper, all right, for writing your ideas down. That's air, okay? And it's also earth, because paper comes from a tree, okay? The water bowl, and the water inside of it is the water. And then the air is the ideas you're putting on paper, but it's also a prayer of gratitude, like I just talked about. So take your bowl, and you get yourself nice and grounded, your bowl of moon water, you have your piece of paper, and you get yourself nice and grounded, and you say a prayer of thanksgiving that you're able to do this. Very simple, Thank you for being here, Spirit. Thank you for taking my intentions and expanding them to the universe. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you, however you want to say it. Tonight, I am manifesting in the energy of fire, earth, water, or air. Tonight, I'm manifesting in this beautiful air energy, fire energy, whatever. And, maybe you want to wear clothes that remind you of those signs or something like that. And then what you do is you start to write your intentions down. If this is a new moon, what do you want to manifest? Go back to the beginning of this video and look at the earth, water, air, fire things I talked about. What are the things you want to manifest? Okay. And then I want you to fold it and hold it to your heart and say a prayer of gratitude. I am so grateful that I'm able to be here to share this intention with you, universe, and to co-create with you for my best and highest good. Please take this intention out into the world, out into the universe, and support my actions to make these intentions possible. In a full moon, you can do something like, I release these lower vibration, these negative intentions, these things that are finished. I send them on their way with love and gratitude. They have taught me good lessons. Thank you so much. I want to just give a little prayer of gratitude for the fact that I was able to learn this lesson. So thank you so much. And I release that lesson to the universe. All right. So you take that piece of paper. It's, getting the energy of your heart chakra. And I just want you to breathe into it for a second, the energy of your heart chakra. Just breathe into it. And then take your piece of paper, and I want you to strike a match and light it on fire. Keep it right near the water bowl. Be very careful with this. For some of you who are fire signs like me, I usually do it outside because I'm like, I got a lot of fire energy. So sometimes I'll do it out. I have a fire pit out back. I'll use that. But if you don't, be sure you're not around any smoke alarms. Just try to keep it contained, but you want to burn it. You do want to send that out to the universe. And then you drop it into the bowl while it's finishing being enveloped by flames, and it will go out. That moon water will support all of that intention that you've put into it and gratitude that you've put into it. So, there's additional things you can do with this burn. You can use crystals, depending on what you're trying to manifest. This is labradorite, so I like to use this because this is about opening to intuition. And right now, the collective energy is very strongly freaked out. Okay? The collective energy is very frightened and has a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. I have to say that I'm in a pretty good place, and I have had trouble sleeping for at least a month now. And whenever you're watching this, hopefully this will be done within a day after me recording it, because we are going up into a Virgo full moon, and so I am releasing any physical concerns, any fears about the physical world. I am releasing that in that full moon. I am releasing any barriers to good health, to my physical being, having good health for the entirety of my stay on this planet. I'm releasing any fear around my ability to create money, my abundance flow. I'm releasing all of that, right? Anything that, whatever your intention is, release, release, release. This labradorite is about opening to intuition more. And so I would use this stone, it's a very beautiful labradorite piece, with my air, with an air sign full moon or new moon, because I want to open up my ideas, open up my crown chakra to being more connected with spirit. I want to do that. Water also connects you with spirit. So any water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, full moon or new moon can also really connect you to spirit. So that would be much more along a Pisces feel, right? That is the direct pipeline to spirit. So in Pisces charge. So that third thing, the burn, is something that I've done for some time. I used to do it once a week with a group that I belong to, and now I do it on new moons and full moons. I haven't done it for a little while, so I'm going to start up, okay? Because no matter what tools you use to embrace the energy of the full moon, this is about elevating your energy. That is what is needed on the planet right now. That is what's being asked of you. So things that you are manifesting personally for yourself, awesome. Keep a thought for the rest of the world, the global community. In your prayers, keep that as part of your intentions, that it is, because we are all one. We are all connected. And so keep all of us in your prayers, and I'll keep you in mine. All right. Much love.